I did not expect to get knocked out by Mike Tyson today. Hey, and welcome to not Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. No, this is actually a mod for Doom 2, which brings Punch-Out into Doom. Yes, two games that you genuinely would not consider compatible, well, here they are together, and yes, we'll be fighting Mike Tyson later on. There are 4 episodes that you can choose from, and they all take you on sort of different championship routes. Loving how the difficulty settings are named after characters from the game and their kind of corresponding difficulty. Who the heck is going to choose Mike Tyson? Let me ask you. We're going to go down the middle and we're going to fight Glass Joe here. Now, Glass Joe is an absolute pushover, but he'll teach you the basics on how to get through this game. Basically, the enemies can hit you back. Some of them have special moves which you have to avoid, and you have to learn how to avoid them. You also don't want to be sort of hanging around too long in front of the enemies because they will get the occasional jab in, and as you kind of move up the ladder, that'll happen a lot more often. But you can see here that Glass Joe is nothing but a pushover, and we are in this lovely designed arena with Mario as the referee, so everything is going pretty perfect, and we've got our first TKO. As you can see, nothing too difficult, but it's going to get more difficult as we head through the circuits here. So as we head into the next match, you kind of have to take in mind that each of these boxes does have a slightly different difficulty curve, so you have to kind of learn their moves. You kind of have to learn how to dodge and back off. If you stand in front of them too much, what will end up happening, they'll just start hitting you. And the way it works is that your health is more of a guide than it is a sort of one-to-one representation of where you are, because you can get knocked out from big moves, you can get knocked out from normal punches, and the same kind of works in the other direction. So sometimes you don't need to do all the 3 rounds to actually knock them out. Sometimes you can just get lucky and they'll just stay down. So it's a good idea to get as many punches in as you can. As you can see, I'm being a bit cautious here. I just don't want to get knocked out, but the higher up each ladder you go, the less damage that your punches actually do. So you kind of end up in some real scraps as you move towards the end of the game. And obviously if you're on the high difficulties, these enemies are going to do a lot more damage and they're going to be a lot more aggressive towards you. We just want you to go away. You can see the punches don't do that much damage, but obviously they will accumulate over time. Just need to take this guy out. I'm trying to avoid getting hit too much. They can block as well, so your punches can stun them, and obviously that's something that you want to be working towards. That's our second TKO. Excellent. And you can see that each of these bouts ends up serving as a level. We're going to jump ahead to the championship match in the minor circuit here, because I just want to kind of show you this guy has a special move, and if he does it, he can actually just knock you down in one. And obviously that's something that we do not want to be dealing with. So when you're fighting the higher enemies in this one, you've got to be really careful. So this time around we're going to take the fight to him. We're going to be very careful, we're going to dodge his attack, and we're just going to duck around. We're going to move really quickly. If I'm aggressive, we should be okay here. You can see here I'm not backing off, I'm making sure to get all my punches in, and hopefully we can... Oh, excellent, we've knocked him down early. 3. Oh, wow, okay. Didn't expect this. 8. Oh, we've knocked him out. Excellent, so you can see my little flurry of punches there led to him getting knocked down. And we've won the championship in the minor circuit just because we were able to knock the champion out. So you can see these fighters do come packing their own little special moves, and you've got to pay attention to what they're doing. I also kind of like how these inter-level text screens have been changed and altered. I'll leave this in here just so you can kind of see. Now there are 4 different circuits that you can fight on, so when you complete one you'll move into the next one, as you can see here. Different coloured ring, and this guy is very aggressive, so you can see that he's not really letting me stand there and just punch him. I have to back off, and I have to sort of read the room a lot better than I was doing in the previous fight. So it's not simply a case of standing there and jabbing. You've actually got to work out what works best against each of the opponents. And you can see that my health has hit 1% there, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get knocked out. It just increases the chances of me actually getting knocked out. I just wanted to show there what happens when you take the status bar away. But what I found really interesting is that in this mod, there's actually a level, which is one of the 2 secret levels, where there's a bit of a story. So you end up running through the streets here, and you end up fighting all of the fighters that you fight in the game. So we end up boxing against a lot of the characters that you'll see throughout this game, which is pretty novel because all of the levels in this game outside of this one are all set inside rings. But as we move into this next area here, you can see more characters from the game, and I do love the sort of attention to detail in the characters. Like, obviously, like, I'm not a massive Punch-Out fan, so I can't name all these characters, but I can definitely tell that they are true to the original game. And if you're a big fan of Punch-Out, I'm sure that you are loving every second of this. The fun thing as well is that because this is the secret level, there's actually a bit of a story, because you're heading towards the house behind us, and you end up in this fight against this Revenant here, who's sort of taken off his rockets, and he's just here to have a good old fist fight with you. And I just kind of love that this was done, because, I mean, who hasn't wanted to go one-on-one with a Revenant in a boxing fight? Well, here you are, here's your chance. And I also love this arena because it is very Doom 2. It would be funny if he was able to pull out his rockets mid-match and launch them at us. We just gotta be careful because he's very aggressive. I don't think he has any special moves, but he does pack a bit of a nasty punch. Ooh, okay. Please don't knock me out here. I do actually want to beat you. You can see I'm backing away from him. When I go in for my punch, I'm immediately backing away because I know that he's going to get that punch in on me very quick. He's got a very fast hit. Are you going to go down? Okay, so Mario's going over to do the count. Okay, no, we didn't even get close there. As mentioned, you can switch between your fists, so there are 2 types of jabs available to you. Interestingly as well, this runs on Z-Doom. It does not work properly in GZ-Doom. It even says that on the mod page. Not quite sure what the limitations of GZ-Doom were that made that happen, but obviously if you want to play this for yourself, make sure you grab a copy of Z-Doom, not GZ-Doom. Look, I'm going to send you back to hell one way or the other, matey. Lucky punch, lucky punch. I'm kind of deep into this fight, so I'm just concentrating on trying to make this happen. I will say as well, it is a very engrossing mod, so when I started I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it or not, but honestly the more matches you play, the more you kind of find yourself wanting to go a bit further and just sort of test yourself. It's a very well done mod. Because it feels like there's a real sense of challenge. Oh, see, I've been knocked down here. Luckily, when you get knocked down, you can sort of bash your mouse buttons to wake yourself back up. And already he was on top of us there. Ref, that should have been a DQ. He's not going to stay down past the 4. We're going to need to TKO Bony Boy here. I bet when you woke up today, you did not expect to see a boxing fight with a Revenant, but here we are. That's what we're doing today. I love the attention to detail in this one as well. It's very clear that this was a love letter to two games, that whoever created this obviously wanted to appreciate both games at the same time, and I think that it's been achieved here. It's very hard to not be impressed with what's on show. And I'm saying all this because if I lose this fight, I will take all of that back. I think we've got this fight here against this bony boy. So now that he's knocked down, let's head off to fight the big man himself, Mike Tyson. So this is the final boss fight of this game. I'm still on the middle difficulty, and you can see my punches are doing absolutely diddly against him. I am going to have to back off and make sure that I do not hang around, because his punches are pretty fast. You can see there just how quick some of those punches were, like there for example. Oh my goodness, that was a horrible combo he just did on me. If I can get back up here, yeah, we did. Oh my goodness. He is not showing remorse here. He is here to finish the fight against me. He is not going to let me win this easily. Oh my gosh. The main thing here is that we don't hang around him. I seem to have figured that one out. He is not one that you want to sort of stand in front of for too long, because the AI just goes absolutely savage. Oh, come on, don't hit me. Just go down, go down, go down. Oh, you had to hit me there, didn't you? You'll notice I'm switching between my punches here. I'm trying to figure out which one does the most damage. Does he knock me down again? Caw. Okay, we've knocked him down. Now please go stay down for 10. I want to see that 5, 6, 7. No, he's up at the 7 count. People watching at home and people watching in this little arena here, they're getting an all-time classic out of me and Mike Tyson here. We're both gunning for this win. You can see, as I said, the two different types of punches, they do different things. So you'll notice that the characters kind of defend differently against them, which is a nice little attention to detail. But there's a lot of things to be impressed with in this WOD. Even if you're not a fan of Punch-Out, it's very easy to appreciate sort of how this has been laid out and how they've attempted to sort of create a feeling that's similar to Punch-Out. I'm going to get knocked out here, aren't I? The only thing I wish is that the health system was a bit more clear. I've sort of had to work out that the health system at the bottom doesn't really mean anything. It sort of depends more on how much damage the opponent does with their moves, but really that health at the bottom doesn't mean anything as far as I can tell. It's just kind of there. But that's a small complaint, because ultimately you can just kind of ignore it. We've got him down a second time. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's up at 7, so we're going to have to knock him out with a TKO here. I kind of like that. Oh my gosh, he gets a blue outline when he's about to do his punch, so you get sort of like a half-second warning that something's about to happen. And you can see I'm trying to back away as much as I can. I don't want to invite him to do his big punch on me, because I'm pretty confident that another big punch I get knocked down here. Oh, he got me, but they didn't knock me down. Okay, I managed to defer that, but Mario, you might want to get out of the way, man. Like, I'm not joking. If he falls on you, you're gonna need Lots of assistance. Okay, that was a nasty little jab there. Okay, I think we stunned him there. We're so close here. We're so close. I want to be able to say I've knocked out Mike Tyson in at least one video game. Oh, we're so close here. Come on, come on, come on. Mike, don't do this to me. You gotta let me beat you. And we've done it! Oh, we've beaten Mike Tyson in Punch-Out in Doom 2. Well, I mean, what can you say? That's a TKO, and thanks, Mario. Thanks, Mario. I will take my title belt and I will go home as the champion. Honestly, really loved this one. I'm not even a big Punch-Out fan. I've never really been super fond of it, but it's hard to not be charmed by the quirky nature of this one. There's a lot to like, and I think if you really like Punch-Out, or if you've got a lot of history with it, I think that this is the kind of mod that will really kind of suck you in for a good few hours if you let it do that, because there's a lot of difficulty settings as well that I'm obviously not showing in this. Let me know what you thought of this mod. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm going to let the character screen roll through here because there's quite a few characters that I'd like people to see just so you can kind of get a flavour for what's in this one. I'm going to leave it there though. If you like what you see here, do go and check out this mod. It's free, and as long as you use Z Doom, you won't have any problems, I suspect. Thank you very much for watching.